Alright, here we go. I'm starting this casting session with an AOE Norway League set. You have Erikolu here in my favorite color, the green, versus Froggy in the blue Aztecs here. So it's a league format, it's a best of two, you play both games. 1 point per win. And I believe if you win both home maps, you get 3 points. I don't even remember my own rules, but yeah, that's the idea. Obviously, 0 point if you lose both. It's a very flexible setup system. You get to pick any civ and you are allowed to reuse them. So even if Erikolu uses Vikings here, he could still use that for the next game after, and vice versa, of course. But Erikolu with Golden Swamp with the Vikings here, and Froggy with the Aztecs. Aztecs, probably good for these golden maps as well. Their monks are among the best in the game. They have amazing skirmishers to deal with Vikings, archers, aggression as well. So we'll see how this plays out in the end. But let's just speed this up a little bit to get past the usually rather uneventful Dark Age here. Loa Goldener. So Golden Swamp, I think there are some deep fish, not a huge deal, but naval control plays in here anyway, so I'd absolutely advise docking like both players are doing here. There are 8 water buffaloes per player, there are 2 rhinos, there's berries, there's ibex, beautiful mill spot here for whenever they choose to place their mill here, which is useful as well. While I think Erikolu has been pushing at least one here. He's beginning some walls here as well, and has 1 fishing ship out, while Froggy has 3 of them. So Froggy with a better food eco here, by the looks of it. Not going for the loom just yet. Yeah, he's on it now. Let's actually open the rush here. Let's slow it down a bit now. Erikolu lost a scout to the enemy side, as we can see, while Thirst of the Angry Housewives, which we call them on the channel, are moving out now. Hey, Seabass Jr., hello. So they found nothing to hit except for a dock. Maybe they were patrolling in here. I mean, rush is usually a good way to deal early damage. I just don't think I've seen it a lot on this map, specifically. With Fuel Age in, Erikolu could even make a demolition ship here, and or demolition raft, rather, and make quick work of these militia that aren't really accomplishing much right now. It is the men-at-arms for Froggy, though. So that could shake things up a bit, and actually, with these dudes out here, Erikolu could lose the fish, and that's exactly what is done here. So these infantry units, they've actually taken out the fish, so I take it back. Drush has had some effect here. Men-at-arms are in, they're both in Feudal Age, which means that the palisade walls, they are stronger than they are in the Dark Age. I think they have only 150 HP in the Dark Age. Yeah, you're skipping a little bit of the European Championships for this. Nice. It's Ukraine versus England. It's not that interesting. Come on. It's fine. Go England. I guess they should be considered favorites in that matchup. Better go with the archers investment here. That should also help to clean up these guys. And the demo raft. But I think Froggy saw through it. He is led the units away from the shoreline now so that they don't risk getting hit by this dude here. Looking for openings, but Erikolu, well, it's actually full wall now, so the aggression won't be let in easily, and the archers are here. Yeah, not too much value from the men-at-arms for Froggy. Did take out 1 fishing ship, if I understood correctly, though. Alright, something went up in smoke there. That was the demo ship hitting the dock, I think? Or was it? Yeah, it must have hit something here. Good demo the fish as well if you want to make use of them. Yeah, so that's not going to be a concern anymore for Froggy then. Froggy with the skirmishers follow up actually, because he's seen the archers, the few archers of Erikolu, but he's not really making a lot of them. Maybe this is just all mind games. He has actually made just one archer. And now dropping the market stable here. No blacksmith, market stable. This is all mind games at this point. Viking stable, man. Maybe it's gonna go Vikings cow archers or something, but you don't really need any stable to boost them in that case. Vikings with their eco bonus, they could actually, even if they don't have Bloodlands and Husbandry, they could still flood knights easily with their eco. And it's also a response to the skirmishers addition, of course, so it's going to come in handy against skirmishers. Very lacking scouting here because Erikolu did lose the first scout to, or the starting scout to NVTC, so he could have been building this table just to make another scout to scout the map as well. Come to think of it, a second dock goes up. So we're really playing the naval control here with Vikings, but why not? All the way to the Castle Age, and we're gonna unlock some longboats once the Castle Age kicks in here. Forcing up a house, but isn't that going to be an opening behind here? I think there might be. Oh, that's a tree. Never mind. Never mind. Fine. Skirmishers should take forever to kill a villager as well, so this is shouldn't be any issue. Just buying time here to get to the cast stage. Even before Froggy has even made the click, it's going to be at least 1 minute lead to the cast stage by Erikolu here, but it's not making any more archers. It's going to go for the longboats, I guess, and just raid from the shoreline here. Well, Froggy is thinking about the eagles here already. Aztec eagle flood. Still hasn't found his way inside here. Another market, but that's just to keep the aggression out, of course. Seems to be working. Now, those longboats, when or if they enter the field... Yeah, he made another scout, actually. Either that scout is stuck. Yeah, he's stuck. Or he's just frightened to death. Yeah, he's not going anywhere. He's just gonna lie down there now and chill. Because he's dead. And... Siege Workshop, okay. One Scorpion here should keep this away from him, no problem. Castle Age on the way for Froggy is actually... He has 2 eagles now, but he's not really queuing anymore. The longboats are out. So good luck surviving that with the Aztecs... galleys. Start the party already. Something like that. Alright. Trapping the units inside here with the monastery in the backside. Monastery wall. So it's all elaborate means to convert the remaining units that the Mangonel can take out. There we go. One Mangonel to kill them all. And a monastery, the second building needed to go to Imperial Age eventually, so why not? Nomad final, slightly later. Let's say... half hour, I don't know how long these 2 games last, but... yeah, not too long. Wait. Not too far off. Longboats taking care of the Aztecs fish investment here now. That should be some eco KD for Erikolu there. 2 fishing ships down at least. How did... I'm sure I saw Froggy with at least 3 fishing ships. Did he hide away the last one? Maybe the stats are off. Doesn't really matter. We have some more town centers going up here, so we're setting up a land eco for the Aztecs instead. Heavy gold investment. Eagle Warrior all the way. We're gonna see Eagle Warriors versus longboats here, potentially. And... not quite reaching the gold here, but still being annoying these longboats to start taking out buildings. And a forward siege workshop as well. Some forward siege workshop for Froggy as well. He's adding a mangonel and is going to break a hole to send in the Eagle Warriors, most likely. But for long-term gold access, you need control over the middle as well. This is where all gold is for the long term. I thought it might have been an Aztec monk trying to convert the longboat, but it's the other way around. It's a Vikings monk, which is a contradiction in itself, because Vikings weren't especially religious. I don't think they had monks. They were more like believing in the old Norse gods. But every civ in the game has monks, so that's not accurate. Anyway, TC in the middle. Second TC, in fact, for Erikolu going up in the middle now, so he should be behind the villagers. But Froggy isn't really keeping those TCs producing. He's going for the land militaries and three barracks forward as well. And not really producing for these at home. Siege pushing Aztecs, that shouldn't really work when you have Eagle Warriors on the field, because they just chew up the siege weapons, including the mango. They'll just run close to this one and take it out, but no eagles here. One mangonel, some longboats. Good map control here for Erikolu. On the other hand, he doesn't have any idea about the sneak to the side here. Missing that by a few tiles. That could come back and bite him in the ass, but near forward aggression, not to be underestimated. He even walled this section so that Froggy can't really move out here. He's aiming for the wall in your opponent play here. Interesting. Eco setup seems also more on the healthy side for Erikolu here with the varied input of resources. I'm not sure where the stone went. Maybe he sold the stone to go after the Castle Age earlier on. He does have a TC in the middle. And now with the ram to break further through here. But the longboats, they can't walk on land. It's not like you have Berserker's garrison inside here that could enter the land, even though that would be awesome. 4 villagers, a bit of an outpost rush to the north here. But, yeah, he's a bit... Yeah, Erikolu is committing villagers to walling Froggy completely in here, and then there's the sneak to this side. That's probably coming as kind of a surprise over here. There is still a defensive siege. You could use the mangonel here to get some shots in before the eagles enter. But there's a limit to how much you can quick call this aggression out. A defensive castle here should work out though. And there's gold here to maybe justify buying one. To at least limit entrance from this side. One mangonel out, one down, killed by Erikolu, and he has a 500 points score lead as well. Stonewalls, good call to keep the eagles out. He actually pokes right in there and thinks there's a hole, and unfortunately doesn't find a way in just yet. That's not going to provide an opening. Ah, there we go, he's going for the stone foundation instead. Defensive castle now for the Vikings, that Aztecs, that's going to keep the siege push out as well. And yeah, they've just been hitting this town center without much success. Froggy, not exactly with a lot of map control, he has the presence over here still, so if you can get the eagles in, that's going to be providing for some raid here. Another siege workshop as well. Well, I mean, there's wood and gold to justify that, so why not? Maybe double up on the scorpions here or something and defend with scorpions ranged from behind the walls. Mangonels. You need a lucky shot to take out enough eagles here, but it's obviously an option as well. I think scorpions might do better here though. Until the eagles break in, that is. Erikolu with all the gold access though. But eagles, 50 gold per eagle, that's basically almost the only gold investment that Froggy is making right now. So just gonna abandon this TC, go for the back gold, and again try to push in here. There's a random villager trying to poke down the siege workshop there. There's castle going up for Erikolu as well, and for now, Froggy can't really see that he's sending a mangonel in here, though. Could potentially delay this castle if the range allows. He sees it going up now. But why not just send the eagles around, though, because there are lots of there are lots of overshops to this side, and maybe blue simply doesn't have it scouted. Ooh, forward castle. No villagers on stone, so either he's been mining stone like crazy or he simply bought this one. Let's see if there's any stats on market usage. Not really. Idle TC time significantly higher for Froggy here, so Erikolu finds himself with a 10-ish villagers lead here, and this forward castle is going to obstruct quite a bit of the economy of Froggy here. But where are the eagles? Are they going back now to deal with the forward? Yeah, they are. So we need some Vikings, Berserkers maybe? Ah, he's gonna petard down the castle. But yeah, we need something against the Eagles and Vikings. They have strong infantry, including the Berserkers as well. And with 2 castles, might as well just make Berserkers here. You'd need to extend the food eco, although there's much gold in the middle to be taken as well. Longboats will only work so well. We actually got an Eagle conversion. They're supposed to have conversion resistance, but not gonna be enough. Interesting. Are we actually fighting eagles with villagers here? Now what, you're gonna petard the eagles, or...? Okay, it's mainly for repairs, not attacking. Froggy is struggling for military now, though. He's not making anything. He's making a few Jaguar warriors just in case Erikolu pulls up some Berserkers here, but he keeps making petards, so... no Berserkers on the menu just yet. The food eco doesn't quite warrant it either. I'd say just aim for Imperial Age here if you're Erikolu, deal with these castles and finish the game off. But shouldn't really stop at 68 villagers either. I mean, there's not the most fluent food eco ever here, but there's still only 2 TCs for the Vikings. Could expand to the sides for more efficient wood access, some neutral stones maybe. Deal with these forward buildings that still haven't been scouted actually by Erikolu, which is weird because it was passing next to here with the villager not too long ago. Down goes the TC, and Froggy gets pushed further and further back here. Eagles inside and Jaguar warriors. Longboats holding the shoreline here and making expansion awkward. I bet Froggy regrets not entering here with Eagles, so it's still wide open. But now Erikolu is the one with the aggression going. Eagles back on the menu for Froggy. Is he making them in the forward buildings? Indeed he is. He's going to struggle for gold soon though. So there's just tiny tile here, and this gold is covered by the castle. And with the house walls to the side here as well, so not allowing Froggy to move out from either of the left-hand side. Is making kind of a hideout style walls to the sides here. Eagles are out. Jaguar warriors are out. Longboats should deal with the Jaguars though. And if you have enough petards, you need 8 petards to take out an upgraded cast like this. In the meantime though, we have Erikolu going to the Imperial Age. And while this might get petarded down, indeed, the other one can be trapped once the Imperial Age sets in. If that's not just going to cause Froggy to resign the Imperial Age. Who knows? It's Vikings economy, though not being played to its full potential here. And strong head start to the Imperial Age for Erikolu. And they're having a laugh about the petards. You don't see those explosive dudes every day. So small eagle raids here should be very annoying. Not really any military here to deal with that for Erikolu. Siege pushing from this side and getting the infantry upgrades and making the berserks like many of the Norwegian players love to do when playing Vikings. We're gonna see a trebuchet though. There's definitely resources for it. Could even queue 2, I think, forward here. Granted, the Eagles will chew up trebs rather quickly. Well, let's see them go against longboats. Oh, that's gonna take them a while. What's the HP on longboats? And the berserkers here as well. Yeah, not much merit to the Eagles at this point. They'll be focused on by the berserkers. Here we go. Green shielded berserker here to almost die to a friendly fire there, but Froggy calls the GG. Erikolu takes the first game here, making 11, 11 berserkers as the maximum here forward us. That's a lie though. The unit that he made most of is clearly longboats, because that says 15, so don't trust these stats, but they give an impression of the military units created anyway. Economy, military, seeing here the progression. Imperial Age as the only player here. KD shows 57 to 43. Bolts did keep Erikolu rather safe there for most of the game. Aztec with slightly more economy, but both players kind of failing to boost and keep the villager production going. So either player with adding more villagers could be in a better spot for sure. What's this though? What the heck was Erikolu doing here with this crazy APM? Maybe, yeah, I don't know what was going on there. Let's find the next one. So this would probably be Frogger's map, and we're going to Crater. Haha! Nice! They're going a bit unconventional in the picks here. I like Crater, it's very... what should we call it? It's a very wood control dependent map. You start with one boar, I believe. Berries. How many bushes actually? Yeah, not more than usual. That's the usual 2, 3, 4, 6 bushes. But then a few extra ibexes, 2, 4, 6, 8 ibexes. So double patch of ibexes guaranteed. It's always 8, and then there's your standard 8 sheep as well. But if you find yourself lamed on this map, now I said no boar laming in the rules, but you could still steal sheep, and you could also go for an early rush to take out ibex, and then you're setting your opponent far behind, right? But wood access is key here. You'll note that there's no wood. There's just a few stragglers here. They're literally only 4 or 5 trees around your TC. That's not going to last you for very long. You need the wood access to the side. So you need to plan ahead to get your lumber camp down and small wall it to keep it safe. Otherwise, you're going to be in deep shit later. Alright, I'm going to speed this one up as well until we see any kind of army creation, whether that be infantry aggression or something else. Civilizations and Lithuanians versus Mayans. Lithuanians, I am liking that for this one because so easy to get to that knight's bonus, but Lithuanians here for the relics. All the relics in the middle should be easily accessed and taken for the Lithuanians if you are the first one to the Castle Age, mind you. Froggy with the Mayans, a pick I can commend as well. He's dropping the barracks now, so he's going to go for the pre-mill rush here. We're already making those militia, aka angry housewives on my channel, and moving forward. So let's follow the action here. Did do something similar to the previous game. Didn't do too much damage there, but then Erikolu was walling early. Now this time around, you could use these units to hit the woodlines, for example, before the opponent gets small walls up, or you could simply just kill the ibex so that Erikolu can't eat the food. He has been pushing some of them in though. As you can see, only 2 militia for Froggy here. Didn't remember or didn't or chose not to collect the 10 gold needed to afford both loom and 3 militia. Erikolu will see it here now. No, it shouldn't be a surprise here, and he should easily be able to fight this with villagers. Shouldn't be an issue at all. It's still going to cause idle time, but cleaning up the rush should be rather easy. Nice small walls on the woodland as well. Again, you could kill the ibex here if you use the militia for that purpose, and that's already damage done. It's actually kind of pushing the ibex into the woodlands here. Did he find an opening? I think he actually found an opening. Okay, so good early damage then. And this hits before... No, it doesn't hit before Loom, but you have the uphill advantage potentially here. And yeah, taking Erikolu off wood here doesn't seem to be struggling for wood with his 5 builders on wood though. So he's easily going to be able to afford both the barracks and the stable here. But he's missing the barracks, so he can't go straight for the stable either. Really needs that barracks to start making any sort of military here. So the rush certainly has had its effect, has pushed Erikolu up his plan here. Could be a quick game if this keeps up. Froggy is going feudal age as well. Will follow up this rush with most likely archers here. How many farms? No farms yet. Eating the berries, eating the ibex. Yeah, we'll see. Could hit the berries now, could hit the number camp. Erikolu dropping the barracks now because he forgot about it, and it's probably gonna go for the scouts now, given the food situation here. All the more reason for Froggy to hit the food source here to diminish the potential for scouts and villagers production here. And always pulling back towards the hill. That's the downside of playing on greater. You'll always have a chance as the aggressor, or defender for that matter, to pull towards this hill to get a little bit extra damage output. Yeah, real damage caused here. We're still going to be able to queue some scouts here. One for now for Erikolu. Not queuing villagers though, but there we go, queuing villagers as well. Still, both militia and scout alive. Amazing value from the forward rush here. Reacting with the range here as well. Might be wanting some archers out to deal with this forward, or get some skirmishers out for what you'd presume would be an archer's follow-up from the Mayans here. But Froggy is actually playing the eagles here. Triple barracks eagles, and it's going feudal age eagles. You don't see those every day. That's an interesting one. I'd actually prefer archers in this situation because then you could keep your opponent off wood. But now Erikolu is committing to the skirmishes here, and that's not good news when more eagles enter the field. Now the scouts are here. They see one barracks, but that's not a giveaway for what's to come there. But now sees another barracks. And this should force Erikolu into men-at-arms to deal with the eagles here. Froggy with 8 on gold. Able to keep all 3 barracks producing here. Such a cheat unit, this eagle. You only need to collect gold to make them. 50 gold, 20 food. They're not amazing in the field show, especially not without any upgrades. And they take a long time to mass. It's like 50 seconds or so creation time. Maybe even 55, I don't remember. Yeah, some eagles forward as well. Still that militia as well. I'd actually just consider being even annoyed the woodline again. There are only 2 on wood on this side for Erikolu, so he has relocated the woodline, which is a good call, and Froggy will need to scout to find that, but he has enough scouts out to sniping the farms here as well before they get built. And yeah, skirmishers aren't going to do much for you here. They shouldn't be dealing more than 1 damage per shot here against the eagles as the numbers increase for Froggy here. The eagles doing work, some more to be reinforced from home here, but you want to get the upgrades as well. Get the blacksmith is here. Either get the attack to more easily snipe villagers, but preferably even get both, unless the plan here is a smoother cast late for Froggy, but I'd say get those upgrades. It's going to be important when fighting against scouts if Erikolu is able to mass them. He's not making skirmishers anymore, understandably so. He's small walled this woodland, which Froggy is about to find, but you could just poke away at this gate and eventually break through, or accidentally be opened by Erikolu's villagers, but it's locked, so it shouldn't be a big problem. Froggy with 15 military to 4 now, so solid military lead, and neither player is anywhere close to the cast age. Erikolu is plotting quite a bit of wood, he's placing farms, so it's very likely that Erikolu is the first one to the cast age here, but economy is still getting obstructed here, and now even drops a defensive tower on the woodland here to keep the aggression out. I think this match may have been played while Creator was still in the ranked pool as well, which explains why Froggy would go for it. Some houses around here, small walls around this. Only one woodland, 15 villagers on one woodland here for Froggy. Farm eco at 11. Dropping a market now. We're not going to see any cast age anytime soon from Froggy here. Oh, sneak villager. Where are you off to? Eagles still looking for points to hit. We have 13 eagles total now. And some spears as well, which makes sense against the scouts here. First defense attack is in as well for Froggy here. Explains the extended field edge play here, actually. I think Erikolu is on the lookout for the woodland here and wants to put up a sneak tower. That's smart play if he can find it, but he has the scouts, so why not use them to scout the woodland first? And why use scouts when you can scout with villagers? He sees the mining lumber camp. But so does Froggy. He sees the forward villager, and Erikolu needs to run. Alright, Erikolu on the way up to the cast late here. Still floating wood, maybe a little bit too many on wood here for I'm not sure what the follow-up is intended to be. Another barracks is going up, so he's thinking about the long swordsman line here then to deal with the extended eagles. I think dropping a second stable is still a safe choice here, because if you get to the plus 2 knights especially, you'll be able to deal with the scouts, no problem. And with this number of feudal age scouts for Froggy, that should also significantly delay their cast age compared to you, so I still believe in the knights here, especially for the speed of the knights, which you don't have with the long swordsman or swordsman line. Gold could become an issue for Erikolu though, because he only has a couple of villages on gold here. Doesn't have it walled in either, so the eagles could easily contest the gold now. While Erikolu is on the way up. Could drop a market. Well, the market is here, so you could sell wood for gold here. You'll want to catch the relics in the middle, but that's not going to be easy for the monk with this amount of eagles on the field. The stable is about to be eaten up here by the eagles as well. They're poking away, and blacksmith as well. Don't want to let the opponent get the army upgrades here, armor upgrades or attack upgrades. Cast age in for Erikolu. Is he gonna queue any knights? No, he's making men at arms. Gold becoming a struggle though. You can still sell wood for gold here, so not the worst situation ever. And it's just all in eagles and the spears here for Froggy. Seems to enjoy the Vessel civilizations here. Aztecs the previous game, Mayans for this one. Same style, going rather quickly into the eagles, but this time around it's working better for sure. Yeah, stable goes down, so no knights, but Erikolu here, is he dropping a monastery somewhere for the relics? I don't think so. Maybe it doesn't make sense with these kinds of armies on the field either. Froggy is in the cast stage as well, getting squares, getting the second defense upgrade. Surprisingly enough, not getting Eagle Warrior just yet, but there it is as well. And this is just going to be such a pain to deal with without any significant army here from Erikolu. He is queuing the men-at-arms, but obviously you'll need, at the very least, longswords here. Not to mention numbers. Froggy is staying close to the middle as well. He obviously doesn't want Lithuanians to get a hold of these relics. Yeah, and there's Eagle Warrior in as well. They would shoot through this palisade gate like nothing. I don't think you even need to worry about Tower of Fire. Long swords, no, still not long swords. Men-at-arms are in, but only 7 of them. And not consistent production from the barracks, sadly. Missing +2/+2 as well, so the Eagles even have better defense upgrades here. Yeah, that's a nasty mass of units. At this point, if I'm Froggy, I think I'd invest into some forward siege as well to try and end this, take out the buildings. Add a couple of ramps. You could even put the Eagle Warriors inside the ramp for added damage. He has the massive numbers lead here, so even longswords isn't a threat here. Not sure if he's got arsenal or not, but if he does, he'll easily eat this TC as well, and that should be the end of it. Steady flood of quadruple barracks eagles right now, actually. Yeah, and getting lots of eco kills. Obviously, completely similar for those both of them, but with through the eco kills here, 18 villagers kills by Erikolu, 19 dead for Erikolu, so you must have lost a villager to boar as well, or a wolf potentially. And yeah, not looking bright here for the green player. Gonna take out the barracks now, and these Eagle Warriors, they kill buildings surprisingly quickly as well. For each barracks going down, Erikolu needs to rebuild it, and he doesn't really have the food or gold eco to consistently produce out of many barracks either. It's being outproduced here. Trying to rebuild, of course, and trying to hang in here, but looking rather rough now against... With 42 military to 4, that's usually a sign that you're at the point of no return. Interesting how it goes for the blacksmith here, but it's probably seen the upgrades is only +1/+1. And if you kill the blacksmith, then they'll need to rebuild that as well. Erikolu taps out, calls the GG. And we'll have a look at the stats before going to the Nomad 1650 to 1800 final. 62 eagles total for our blue friend here. You can see the eco numbers diminishing here, or Froggy taking a convincing lead, and the army numbers overall very much in favor of our blue player here. Mayans do already have longer lasting resources, so they should have a solid economy. But obviously, far less idle time for Mayans as well. Taking that home with no problems here. Ends with a 1-1, so good efforts from both players on their respective home maps.